Now that I've just purchased a new vehicle, I want to give you guys an update on the channel, basically my plans moving forward, so let's get right into it. For those of you that live under a rock, I just purchased a Rubicon 392. Yes, this is my second one, and I traded in the new Land Cruiser and Ineos Grenadier for this car. My 1-year series with both of those vehicles is complete, so I wanted to do something new, and I also just wanted to downsize. I was absolutely sick of owning 4 cars. So the plan for the Rubicon 392 is to do a full AEV build with the Jeep, which means I'm doing the bumpers, the larger 37-inch tall tires, the XP suspension kit, which gives you AEV's best setup you can get on the Wrangler with shocks and all of that. Of course, the rear bumper, and then extra gas storage for the rear. And then a few other things like diff covers for extra protection off-road. And then also, I'm adding stuff like the steering stabilizer to make it so the driving dynamics with the Wrangler are more controllable and just better in general. So with this Rubicon 392, we're going to have a build that I would consider to be very moderate for a Jeep, because I'm not adding a roof rack or a refrigerator system or any of the overlanding stuff to it. And I'm just going to drive the Wrangler both on-road and off-road and just see if it's reliable. A lot of people said that Jeep is no longer reliable. Well, this is the newest version of the JL Wrangler. 24 was a big update, and so let's see if the Wrangler's reliable. I don't know exactly how many miles I'm going to be putting on this per year. My estimate is at minimum 10,000, but it might be even closer to 20,000 miles, just depending on how things go this next year. And my hope is that by the end of the series on this Rubicon 392, we will be able to find out if Jeep has fixed things or if they are becoming more and more like Land Rover. Now, I was just about to go over the Land Cruiser, but if you look all the way in the background, you can see my wife's Sequoia. We are going to be keeping that long term for anyone wondering on that. So we'll have more updates as we hit more mileage milestones on that. But back to the 200 series. I have made a decision about what I'm going to do with this car long term as well. Selling both the 250 and the Grenadier means that I will actually have time to drive and enjoy the 200 series, because I won't be so constrained with having to put mileage on both of those cars and test them out for all of you for YouTube content. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Is I'm just going to put a massive amount of miles on the 200 series. I'm probably going to be driving this more on a daily basis than the Rubicon. And that's not to say that the Rubicon is not a cool vehicle. This just has a lot more daily driver comforts. For example, the seats are heated and cooled, whereas the Wrangler only has heated seats. And then this has the 40-gallon auxiliary fuel tank from Long Range America. So I now have almost 1,000 miles of driving range with this Land Cruiser, which for what I do for a living makes it perfect. I won't have to fill up all that often. And when I do the super long trips, well, I don't have to stop as much, so it'll make me more efficient. With all of that being said, if the 200 series becomes problematic from a reliability or maintenance standpoint, then I will sell it for something else. Now, I don't think this is going to be a problem for a very long time, but at the same time, there have been some issues with the 200 series, and if you have to replace anything on the car, it is insanely expensive. For example, when we had that airbag issue initially with the Land Cruiser, Doug was able to find a fix for it, which was just fixing the wiring. If that wasn't possible, I would have been out $8,000 to replace that airbag unit. So I suppose those of you that want me to have something else content-wise on the channel, time to start praying that the Land Cruiser starts having issues. I hope it doesn't, though. Now that's the personal vehicles. When it comes to the car review side of things, I'm just going to kind of keep things as they have been. I've really been enjoying the direction of the channel when it comes to the reviews themselves. I feel like for the first time in over 5 years of doing this full-time, I have everything streamlined pretty darn well. I'm working with over 70 dealers to get you guys most of the car reviews. I get demo cars from the manufacturers on occasion, and so that helps out with giving me better impressions on different vehicles. And then when it comes to the filming and editing process, I've changed things quite a bit over the years to where now everything is very streamlined, very consistent, and so I'm able to produce quite a few videos on a daily basis without having to lose any sorts of quality with those videos. There's always improvements to be made, right? You guys probably, if you watch the channel on a regular basis, you notice that I'm always changing little things with the title, with the thumbnail, and then also with the video style. If you look at just go look at the first video I ever posted and then look at a recent video and you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just been a slow, consistent process of change, basically. Hopefully you guys enjoy the series on the Rubicon. I'm really excited for it. I mean, the V8 is absolutely fantastic, and I'm excited to test out a vehicle that actually has like a decent amount of modifications. It'll be interesting to see the reliability of all of it. And although the 200 series is not a brand new shiny car like the Wrangler, people are still paying crazy money for these things, and there's a lot of people cross-shopping these 200 series with brand new cars, so it'll be interesting to see how this handles higher mileage. And again, Utah's an extreme climate, and so if this thing can do well in Utah, it'll be able to do well anywhere.